All right, welcome back, people. Modern Nobility once again, talking about the investments that I'm planning to make in the next 30, 60 to 90 days. I already made investments into about 7 already, or 8 actually, and then these are additional. I just did 5. I just did a video just on 5 of them that I'm planning to invest in, and I have 8 more to talk about. My uncle was just out here doing a blower to clean up, so that way they can you can see the garden in the background. I don't know if you can see most of it, but anyway, so I'm just gonna hop in and talk about these last 8 ones that I was talking about. Before this, the one that I was talking about before was WIGL. That was the long distance wireless power, and it's just allow you to be able to charge your phone from anywhere instead of using the charger cord. So I thought that was just like genius. So yeah, definitely go take a look at that. The other one, let me take a look at this. This is one that I was talking about before about learning different languages. The other one I was explaining was called UNIVOICE, which was about using music. This one is called Waverly Labs, and I really like this one. I'm going to get into this before it ends. They previously, okay, so let me explain. Waverly Labs is an earpiece that you place on, and whatever the person is speaking in what language will translate through and sound like your language to you. So for me, if they're speaking Mandarin, I'm going to be able to hear it in English. I thought that was really cool. And then obviously they would have to wear one too for you to be able to communicate back and forth. But I thought it was really cool. So they've already raised $1 million, and now they're on their second fund for another. They already have 1.1 million raised by 837 investors. They are at 40 million valuation. You have to invest almost $500. It's like 496 and some change, and you'll get a price share of $8.86. And they are offering a max of 10 million. I believe that's for the shares that you're trying to raise. Offering max, and then same thing. It's an equity offer type, so you'll have future equity in this company. This one, I think I didn't know it was an issue until now, but as you start putting on your investor hat, you start getting really diving into that entrepreneur field, and you start really doing that work, you start now to realize that this is the start. Oh, it's crazy. Hold on. So funny because I get deja vu all the time, and I kind of like remember this setup already. That was just happening to me yesterday because I was having like an ingenious idea, and I was like, yo, I gotta write this down. And I wrote it down, and I was like, all right, I know how to build this website out the way I want to. And the whole time while I'm doing it, I'm like, I've been here thinking about this before. I don't know, maybe y'all ever had deja vu, but I'm having that right now, and I'm thinking about this company called Whoosh Innovations. And I was sitting here, and I like looked off to the side of my peripheral, and I looked down, and I saw this red car, and I was like, wait a minute, this all seems very familiar. But you let me know if you've ever had that issue or that situation. But it's called Whoosh Innovation. I didn't realize about this until you put your investor hat on. And essentially what it is a fish passes solution. Because without, salmon, there's certain fish on here that it'll tell you about. The type of fish are salmon, shad, eels, and lamprey. I might be saying that wrong, but those are the type of similar fish that have to migrate upstream or some elevation. They had to get like to a certain part of the river to keep breeding. And one of the main issues is that with the dams and stuff and a lot of like debris, this allows them to be able to filtrate the fish. Depending on what size they are, they'll swim into the tube, and they'll catch the tube and then basically be able to shoot up over, and it sends them directly. When they're in the tube, it takes camera footages of the fish, and it tells you exactly what type of fish it is. It allows you to keep track of them, and it shoots them off into the right water or pod that it needs to go to, what river, stream, or wherever, and it travels them to where they need to go to. So it's all salmon in one area, all eel in one area. So I thought that was really cool, and it's supposed to help farm fish too in the wild, more natural than actually having them trapped. So I thought that this is an innovation technology that they're working on, a whole system. It's they raised $420,000 by 239 investors. It's $300 to get in, and it's $1.50 for the price per share. So I thought that was pretty good. It's another option, and so this one's called True Brain. Couldn't say that word for a second. It's called True Brain. and it's supposed to be a sort of like almost like a, think about it like applesauce, like having a mixture of different vegetables and apples to mix together, almost like in a applesauce texture, and you can just slurp that up as you're on the go. And it's supposed to be like food that's supposed to really uplift your brain powers, to give you all the right nutrients so you can think, you know, you're thinking 100% clear, and you're using all your brain power. So I thought that was really cool, that this is technology that they're working on, trying to boost your thinking, your creativity, by having this on-the-go food. And they raised already $1 million previously. They're raising $371,000 right now currently. They have 282 investors. They have an 18.5 million valuation. The price offer is for, you're essentially going to be able to have equity in the company. Same thing, and they're offering almost 4 million shares. This other company is called Cheers. I saw this company before, and I can't remember if, I think it was on Shark Tank, and it's basically a detoxer when you get, you had too much to drink the night before, and you could just drink this, and it'll drop down that hangover feeling. So I thought that was really cool. You feel better, 50% feel better after drinking this, after drinking alcohol. So I thought that was really cool. They raised 1.1 million. Their valuation is almost $50 million. They have 893 investors, and their price per share is $39.11, and the minimum investment is $117. So I thought that was really cool. Whoa, that was B. And then this is equity offering, same thing. Here's another sport team that I think that could, here's another part me. Okay, cool, I'm back to you. Here's another sport team that I think that could be a game changer too. This one's called Alpha 7 Football Legend, right? That's what I'm gonna use, but it's essentially A7FL, and it's an American Sevens football league. It's no equipment, no tackle zone. So I thought that was really cool, and I looked at some of the videos. They already have a lot of teams throughout America, and they're putting out for an equity, have an equity in the future of the company. They raised already $450,000 right now, 698 investors. It's a $9 million valuation, and the minimum requirement is $375, and the price per share is $1.25. Now, the ones that I just mentioned, these are all on Start Engine. You can find them on Start Engine. I'll leave the breakdown of these. This one is called, I'm gonna probably butcher this name, it's called Remove, and I probably butchered that, but it's UV clean for the unseen. So it's basically a technology that they developed to, no matter where you're going hiking and whatever, you can grab water out of the stream, drop this little tablet of technology in it, or you'll be able to scan it. There's like a little cap that is a bottle that you buy, and the whole cap, you'll shake it up, and the UV lights will actually kill all the bacteria in there, and you'll be able to drink it. And then they built another technology that you'll have access to as well, which is when it all through COVID and everything with the pandemic, it comes into a room. It's a robotic machine that sprays with UV lights, and it kills the bacteria or whatever diseases are in the room. I thought it was really cool. They already raised $169,000. The valuation is almost $10 million. They got 282 investors, and the minimum is $250, and it's $1 for per share. So you get a lot of shares with this one. This one's called Abby, ABII. Same thing as on Startup Engine. It's a robotic, like little toy, like a robot that connects into whatever technology you're using, like a laptop, to teach your kids while they're homeschooled or during this pandemic and everything, or further in the future, if you want to homeschool your kids. It allows them to be able to interact with this little tutor of this little toy that it like communicates and talks to them and stuff, tells them how they're doing good. And the technology on the software, when their kids are using it, will help you for them to learn a little bit easier. And as they're like having issues with one problem, it gets filtered back in, round robin back in, and then it'll allow them to have these like unique ways for them to be able to interact and have an easier way to learn information. Because most in school settings, there's like a teacher trying to teach, you know, like 10, 20 different kids. And if you need special help, this will allow them to all be able to tap in if they're in school or not, and they'll be able to just one-on-one interaction. That allows you as a parent to be able to do what you're doing, run your business, and the kid is interacting with this robotic tutor. So I thought that was really cool. They raised $318,000. They got 463 investors. It's a $19 million valuation, a little bit more than that, and it's $250 for a $10 price share. So that could be a game changer. I got two more for y'all. This one's called Better Family. Better Family. It's making parenting easier. These companies were on Shark Tank, and it basically came together and formed one company. And it's basically to make it easier. They have like this one strap that comes over your shoulder, so it allows you to be easier to hold a bottle, let the baby feed, and you can be doing whatever you're doing. That way it allows you to be able to manage. They have another part where it helps with like ointment and cream when you're changing a diaper. They have another one where essentially it's a non-droppable like attachment that clicks onto like their table when they're eating food, and if they throw it off the table or like a bottle or something, it will just dangle and won't hit the floor, and then you can just pick it back up and give it to them. And then the other one is you might have seen it. It was like one of the first Shark Tank investments that where it was a elephant that inside the tube it was medicine, so you can feed the kids, and they would think like, oh, it's all a little cool little thing, and they're getting the food from the medicine. So they came together to just offer it as a big package deal. $661,000 raised, 1,900 investors, a little bit more than that. It's a $5 million valuation, and this is for equity. It's $147 minimum, and you'll have $1.43 per share. Last one for you. This one's called Lane Access. It's so as I mentioned with cryptocurrency, blockchain technology could be $1 trillion industry depending on how you look at it. This is blockchain technology that's powered directly for freight companies, because like I mentioned, I had a CDL company, and I had a CDL about to work for this company, and with the logistics of trying to figure out where the truck is getting to the destination, that can be a little tricky depending on what technology they're using. This will give them access to be able, with the blockchain technology, to keep track of where the driver's at, how long it will take them to get to where they're going, and it'll give them access for the driver and also the person on the side receiving, and also being able to pick up and transport back to another location. So this will give us time points to allow us to track where the goods are, and just a more timely manner, because before, I guess with the older technology, no one knew where the trucker was until they got there. So they raised, and this is why I think it's a good idea, they already raised $1 million. This is their second round. They raised now 2.6, almost 1.6 times. So 2.6 million now, and their valuation is $32 million. They have almost 3,000 investors. They need you to invest at least a minimum of $300, and you get a $1.10 per share. So hey, this is all on these are all on Start Engines. The last video I talked about the last ones that were on WeFunder. These are my next set of what is that, 8 5, so it's about 13 of them that I'll be looking at in the next 30 days to drop some more money on. I have a whole nother list that I'm gonna hop in for another episode for another day, but I appreciate y'all tuning in. Modern Nobility, once again, Mafia_Gray. Go follow me on Instagram. I told you about that. Tag someone that needs this information, someone like this in their life, to show them the ropes and certain things that they could be doing to make passive income, generational income, until it gets them to a point where they'll be able to retire at some point earlier than waiting. For me, for wise, I gotta wait until I'm in my 70s. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to enjoy my life a little bit earlier, maybe like 40s, maybe earlier than that. So I'm setting up stuff in place for me to do that, and I want to just be able to give you access to that, so that way stuff that I wanted in the beginning when I was younger to have access to, I didn't have a way into that look. And these are some of the companies that I'm looking at for startups. I already went over a bunch of different stocks that you can look at, and I'm going to be dropping some more information on stocks on my website whenever I get a chance to build it. And these are all the ones that I'm investing in. You don't have to invest in ones that I am, but I'm just giving you access to what I'm willing to risk to see where over a 5-year term where my money will grow. Catch y'all later.